Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are around the world. We just want to remind you, you have greatness inside of you. Welcome back to another NHL Power Ranking by the hockey coach guru called Frenchy for the Hockey Nation Live Show. So let's dive in talking about what is my ranking for the upcoming week. Who is the number one team in NHL at this moment? So let's dive in talking about this. Like we do, we always show on the animation. So let's starting with the number 32 in NHL. Of course, the Coyotes, Arizona, are 0-8-1, guys. Last week, 0-3-0. The last game, they played a little bit better. They lost 2-1 against the Carolina. They have a couple injuries inside that team, but this team is going to be nowhere. I dropped them from 31 to 32 for this week, and I don't see a great future for the upcoming season. They're going to be maybe for the rest of the year at 32. And the number 31, the Chicago Blackhawks, I jumped for 32-31. Honestly, I just shift or switch both team. 0-3-1 last week, 0-7-2 since the beginning of the year. A couple injuries major, like Patrick Kane, supposed to be back this week. But again, the performance of the defenseman is a big problem for the Chicago Blackhawks at that moment. And all the drama, saga with the situation with Kyle Beach disturbed, of course, the Chicago Blackhawks. Number 30, our Montreal Canadiens. Yes, my team struggled all the way. I'll be honest with you. 1-3-0 last week, 2-8-0 since the beginning of the year. They lost the boat game again. The Los Angeles is Anaheim. Nothing going well over there. Injury after injuries, and no excuse. This is who they are right now. Number 29, the Ottawa Senators. They are right now 3-4-0. I dropped them a 4. Last week, they are 1-1-0. They are not what they should be, I'll be honest with you. I see them more like 26. But at that moment, I put them at 29. It's a little bit early at the beginning of the season. Honestly, we just finished the October. But I believe at some point they're going to be back normal, a little bit like I mentioned earlier. The Los Angeles Kings won the last two games after a difficult beginning of the weeks. They finished 2-2. They are now 3-5-1. They are also at the bottom of that West Division. A lot of injury. They lost Doughty and Walker now. And I don't think so. There will be a team's going to be high during in the standing at the end of the year. So I see them, honestly, about 25 to 28-9. The Seattle Kraken, a little bit better week, 2-1-0. They play, honestly, at home. They are 3-5-1 like the Kings. I grow them about 2, increase them for 2 rank. Not too bad overall. And the team is going to be a little bit more struggling this week. They are on the road. They play Monday night against the Edmonton Oilers. Again, a good performance overall, the Krober and their defense. And they did well at home, I'll be honest with you. During the week, they lost the last game against the New York Rangers. And number 26, the Anaheim Ducks, 1-1-2. They beat the Montreal Canadiens. I dropped them at 2 rank. They are now 26. They are 3-4-3 since the beginning of the season. It's a team. They are young. Ren Kesslav got the lead now, the point for the franchise with 989. And they beat the Montreal Canadiens 4-2. They found a way to have a good week overall. The number 25, the inconsistency team, the Dallas, was 1-2-1. I dropped them a 6, to be honest with you. 3-4-1. Listen, I don't know, honestly, what's going on with them. Is a team can show up, they can beat everybody, and the next day they can lose again anybody. So for me, it's a team with inconsistency, really hard to read. A great weeks for the Predators. They won the 2 games they played last week. Now they are back at 500, 4-4-0. I increased them of 3 rank. Now they start from 27 to 24. It's a team is looking great. The captain right now is doing well. Uzi Sarro is doing good also between the pipe. And Forsberg start to be Forsberg. So looking good. Oh my God, the Panthers have a very difficult week. A drop of 9. 0-3-0. Crosby played his first game last Saturday at -3. They are right now, since the season, 3-3-2. I don't see, guys. I think this decision is so hard. I don't see the Pittsburgh make the playoff. They're still missing a couple of players, Malkin, Letang, And of course, at that moment, the Vancouver Canucks were now at 22. They lost both games last week at 3-5-1 since the beginning of the year. I dropped them at 7. They fight right now with the Kraken and the Los Angeles Kings and the Anaheim Ducks. Lost again at Edmonton 2-1. Elias Pettersson does not play what we know. They need him for sure. But again, that team right now struggled. 21, the Columbus Blue Jackets, not too bad. 2-1-0, 5-3-0 at that moment. I dropped them off 2. A little bit hard coach, yes, I understand. But again, that's just so hard. Patrick Lenny doing well. They beat the Devils last game. Score 4-3 and shootout. Voracek doing well also. Goaltender doing good. Coppelsillo have a solid game against the Devils. So good works overall for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Number 20, the Colorado Avalanche. A little bit better last week. Finally get 500. I increased one of them of 1 at 2-1-0. One they don't miss McKinnon. They miss Rantanen. They don't miss both. They miss Lestegard. It's a team searching a couple injuries. McCall looking better, but this team's going to be around 10-9 at some point, very rapidly. You have to be patient. Vegas, again, another team, but again, guys, 3-0-0 last week, an increase of 2, and they have played for 500, and they fight with Vancouver and Los Angeles, Seattle. This team have so much injury. Now we heard today Carlson's going to be out for 6 weeks. Unbelievable. They're already missing Pacioretty, a Stone, and we know already they missed at some point Martinez. So this team is just injury after injury. Finally, number 18, the New Jersey Devils, still doing well overall, 4-2-1 since the beginning of the year. They are a 1-1-0 last week, and they are increasing them of 1. They're doing well around. They missed a couple of players also. They lost Jack Hughes now for a couple of weeks, a minimum of 5 weeks, and they did not play for the last couple of games with Al McKenzie, Blackwood, and Jonathan Bernier. So we'll see what happens. Let's jump in now for number 17, the Detroit Red Wings. This is not a surprise. Unbelievable what they are doing. 1-1-1 last week, 4-3-2. Unbelievable what Maurice Seder, Lucas Raymond does over there. I dropped them off 1, guys, but again, that team show up every single game. Since the beginning of the year, 9 games, only 1 game. I will say to you again, Montreal did not do well. Overall, the Detroit have an amazing, great year so far. Number 16, and the team right now struggle. The Winnipeg Jets. I dropped them off 2-0-2-1, 4-2-2 since the beginning of the year. Coach, you're doing well. But they lost against San Jose with nobody inside that team and OT. And right now, they are searching to find a way. They're missing, of course, Sheffley and Wheeler at that moment. But again, Winnipeg at some point is going to be a little bit higher. The Buffalo Sabres. Talk about Detroit. We're not talking about Buffalo. 2-1-0 last week. 5-2-1. They lost a big game against the Kings Sunday. What was expected to win, to be honest with you, they was lead by 2-0. A team with a lot of injury, but still winning. Granado does a great job behind the bench, and they deserve right now to be at 15. Of course, they're not going to be there, I believe. But again, so far, they're doing well. The Tampa Bay Lightning pick it up a little bit more. 2-1-0, 4-3-1 since the beginning of the year. I increased them at 3. As the team should be at the top of the 10 at some point. They're missing, of course, Kucherov, guys, for sure. Vasilevsky is not Vasilevsky, we know. But they're getting there. We'll be interesting what they're going to do. Stamkos and Killorn, they are hot at that moment. More Killorn. He was the 3rd star of the week. The Flyers, 2-1-0, beat the Edmonton Oilers this week. So they're doing great. They are 4-2-1 overall. They lost again the Calgary Flames. They are the top of the Metropolitan Division at that moment, and they're looking great. We like what we saw so far. They can score a lot, and Carter Hart, they just need to be a little bit more consistency. That would be great. The Toronto Maple Leafs, yes, I put them higher. They're going to be fine. They are 2-1-0. Now they play 4-4-1. Coach, you increase them for 5, and they're only 2-1-0, and they play only 500. Listen, there's a number 1 on scoring, creating scoring opportunities. This team's going to be normal. I don't see this team's going to be in the middle of the pack. I give them a couple of weeks. They're going to be fine. The Boston Bruins guy, I maybe make a mistake there. They should be a little bit lower. I'll be honest with you. They are 1-2-0. They play against the Panthers, and they beat them They divide with them. They beat them and shoot out. They are 4-3-0 right now. But again, I'm not sure again, this team. I need to watching them a little bit more. Boston could be a team, would be about 13 to 18 at the end of the year. The San Jose Sharks is another mistake there, maybe make. But again, they did 1-2-0 last week. They still have 5-3-0. Of course, they're going to drop at some point, but I dropped them from 8 to 10. And they win without many players last Sunday, so I keep them there. But honestly, this thing should be about 20, 24 at the end of the year, maybe a little bit higher and lower. But in Minnesota, wow, right now they struggle. 1-2-0. Kaprizov did not score. Viola is cold at that moment. That team struggled a little bit more. I decreased them of 3, and they are 5-3-0 at that moment. They missed Kaprizov. That's the reason why they are right now. So they missed a couple of games. They lost a couple of games last week. But again, it will be interesting to follow them. Here we go, the Islanders guy. I drop off one because they have a better team, did better overall. But the Islanders, they look like the Islanders. 1-0-1, 3-2-2, one game at a time. And let them go. They will be finished at the top 5 in my book. At the end of the year, they're looking great. It's just right now to try to find a groove after they lost the first 2 games. Now they're looking who they are. The Calgary Flames, this is the biggest surprise of year for me. 4-0 last week. They are the only team win 4 games last week. 6-1-1 since the beginning of the year. Unbelievable what they are doing right now. They compete against the Edmonton Oilers at the top of the West Division. I put them from rank 9 higher at that moment, and they deserve this. Talk about the Calgary, we're not talking about the Rangers. Another team doing well, 2-1-0 last week, 6-2-1. They beat Kraken Sunday night, but it's the team by Gerard Gallant doing absolutely great. They just signed Adam Fox today, a contract of 9.5 AAV for 7 years. The Rangers, on my book, they doing very well on the Metropolitan Division. Talking about Metropolitan Division, what about the Capitals? They not lose any game in the regular time at that moment. They won last week 2-0-1. They are 5-0-3. They played Tampa Bay Lightning Monday night. A team missing Backstrom, Oshina, and Nick Down, but still winning. Vanecek struggled a bit. Samsonov not too bad. But what about Ovechkin? OMG is doing so well. The second thing at 4-0-0 is the Blues last week. 6-1-1 also. A really good team right now in the Central Division. Everything is great. Tarasenko, OMG. The Tarasenko want to leave, and now he's still with them, and he performed so well with the Blues. Well done by them. Bennington looking good also, and they are very doing great over there. Edmonton Oilers lost the first game of the season against the Flyers. They are 1-1. They beat the Vancouver Canucks 2-1 Saturday night. They are 6-1-0. It's a team. They are at the top of the West Division with the West Division is the Pacific Division, honestly, with the Calgary Flames. And McDavid, Trestle guy, OMG. Great season so far for the Oilers. They're still missing Mike Smith at that moment. Finally, the 2 teams at the power ranking NHL by the hockey coach guru, Coach Frenchy. And they are number 1, the Carolina Hurricanes. 4-0-0 last week, 8-0-0. They are the only team did not lose any game. They are undefeated so far, and they well done by them. Honestly, great performance overall by the Carolina Hurricanes. Love what I see so far. They may be, in my eyes, the best team in NHL. Number 2, finally, the Florida Panthers. They are 3-0-1. Season 8-0-1. They not lost in the regular time, but they lost against the Boston Bruins and shootout Saturday night. They are missing 4 center, Thornton, Lundell, Bennett, Achiri at that moment over there. So to give you an idea how they are, their line of center is not good at that moment. Would be interesting. Yes, I make a mistake. It should be 2-1. I'm going to get better next week. Don't be too hard on me, please. Understand, sometimes we all make mistakes. The best way when you make mistake is to tell the people. Be honest, be accountable, be responsible. Hey, I make a mistake. So, guys, This is conclude the another weeks 4 of the NHL Power Ranking by the Hockey Coach Guru, Coach Frenchy for the Hockey Nation Live Show. But before we leave, we invite you, don't forget to subscribe to the Hockey Nation Live Show on Facebook page and on YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this Power Ranking, please click on the like. And finally, leave your comments. Tell us what you think about my ranking. What do you believe what should be number 1? Or maybe your team should be higher or lower. It's up to you. Let me know about this. That'd be awesome. But before we leave, we want to remind you, of course, you have greatness inside of you. Have an amazing, great week, everybody. I look forward to see you next Monday for another great video of the NHL Power Ranking. Bonne journée, mes amis, et bonne semaine. On se revoit la semaine prochaine pour un autre vidéo de la NHL Power Ranking avec l'entraîneur Coach Frenchy.